Hello again. This is Backyard Politics, and I'm Nikki. Wanted to go over this with everybody before tonight in New Hampshire happens. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm on the computer camera today because for some reason my camcorder is not working right, and I'm thinking it's probably the user. But anyway, so Pete the Cheat and the DNC. The timeline of events I want to cover with you is Buttigieg had the Iowa poll thrown out for the first time ever. It wasn't released. And he had it thrown out because he complained that one of his voters got a phone call for a poll, I guess. And they claimed that his name wasn't available to that one person, so they tossed the entire poll. Usually polls have a plus or minus error of like 2%, 5%. Not one person, one single person would not normally tie something like this up. The Shadow app, which I've talked about in a couple of my previous videos, was funded by Buttigieg campaign, and it allegedly messed up and wasn't tested before it was used in the presidential campaign. And I say it allegedly messed up because it was intentionally meant to mess the votes up, because Bernie was supposed to win. And he did, if you look at the popular vote. So here's the receipts for Shadow Inc. As you can see right here, Pete for America donated $21,250 here and here. It also looks really bad for Texas Democratic Party and Kirsten Gillibrand, who was mentioned in here also. But Pete for America looks like more of Pete for shystery, equaling over $42,000, it looks like. Why would he need to invest that much in an app that is supposed to count votes? Buttigieg gave a victory speech with only 2% reporting. He got free press coverage for 3 full days, declaring him the victor. Because of this, he received a bump in the New Hampshire polls, even though last time around Bernie won New Hampshire, and he is also leading heavily in New Hampshire right now. Pete received the bump because of the mainstream media saying for 3 whole days, oh, Pete won, even though he didn't. And they kept pausing the vote to say, oh, at 62% reporting, Pete is the winner. He's leading, and that's just not what happened. Voting counts kept stopping, this is what I was talking about, at percentages that Buttigieg was leading in, but didn't count Bernie's strong counties until the end, when the Iowa Democratic Party and the DNC gave votes to Deval Patrick. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you, which I am anyway, but I do this stuff every single day, all day long, because one, I'm passionate about it, and two, it needs to be talked about. But I do this stuff every single day, all day long, and I had no fucking idea who Deval Patrick even was. So there's no way that a guy polling at 0% all of a sudden got a boost in Iowa. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do this? Well,
Well, just what Nick said, I think that's right. I mean, there is no Democratic establishment anymore. There's not even a Democratic Party anymore. The Democratic Party is a meaningless notion. The party, like the Republican Party, has been hollowed out and privatized to a large extent. There are Democratic elites, and so when we talk about the Democratic establishment, we're really talking about a bunch of people that Nick also knows well, which really means Democratic donors. And Democratic donors are freaking out over the prospect of a socialist. I would say if you talk to the average Democratic donor, big money donor, not small dollar donor, in New York City, they are almost as concerned, if not equally concerned, about Bernie Sanders being the nominee as they are about beating Donald Trump. And Sanders Sanders poses an incredibly intense threat to that. I think, as Nick said, right now, I will lean into this, Nicole. I think, it's a jump ball here, but there's a candidate who's the tallest candidate on the court right now, and that's Bernie Sanders at this moment. Now, that doesn't mean he will get the tip, but he's the tallest candidate on the court coming into the caucus tonight, and if he wins here tonight and goes to New Hampshire, where he won in 2016 by 22 points, and is leading by double digits over everybody else in that state, he could easily win the first two contests. He's running neck and neck with Joe Biden right now in Nevada. So a world where Bernie Sanders wins the first three of the four early states is a world where he is a freight train coming out of February. And if you think the Democratic donors, the Democratic elite, the Democratic establishment, whatever the phrase you want to use, but the people who think they run the Democratic Party and used to run the Democratic Party, if you think they're freaking out right now, give me a call on the eve of Super Tuesday when Bernie Sanders, with that wind at his back and with a money machine, a low-dollar donor machine that will give him almost unlimited resources to compete all the way through, not just June, but all the way to the convention, the freak out you will see among Democrats at that moment will be unlike anything you've ever seen before, and I include the Republican freak out over Donald Trump in 2016, to the point where you can imagine a movement of people to do the thing I never thought possible, which was to try to move the entire moderate wing of the party behind Mike Bloomberg. And if you'd asked me whether I thought that was possible 2 months ago, I would have said you're out of your mind. But I don't think it's totally impossible right now if the Sanders scenario plays itself out.
Jonathan Allen, we'll give you the last.
Uh-oh. That was on mainstream media, too, which is pretty impressive. Bernie's campaign had people at every single event double counting the numbers because they were prepared this time. Based on those numbers, Sanders won the first time by over 6,000 votes, the second round by over 2,000 votes, and didn't get the most delegates. That doesn't make any sense. Follow the money. David Sirota, who works for the Bernie Sanders campaign, tweeted, "This happened. The New York Times reported that Pete Buttigieg personally attended a secret meeting of big donors as they formulated plans to try to destroy Bernie Sanders." Sorry, my dogs are barking. Somebody's at the door. Right before Bernie has announced his victory, Tom Perez announces they will be recanvassing. What is recanvassing, you ask? Well, a lot of people were asking that same question, so much so that he had to explain it underneath his original tweet. His original tweet reads, "Enough is enough. In light of the problems that have emerged in the implementation of the delegate selection plan, and in order to assure public confidence in the results, I am calling on the Iowa Democratic Party to immediately begin a recanvass." And everybody's like, what the fuck does that mean? So he says, a recanvass is a review of the worksheets from each caucus site to ensure accuracy. The IDP will continue to report results. So CNN also was reporting. Let me go back here for a second. Shit. CNN was also reporting that the DNC just took over in Iowa. So you can really trust where that's going to end up, huh? Buttigieg called IDP. So the news is Buttigieg campaign had a call with IDP this morning and raised concerns about how the party was allocating SDEs from satellite caucuses. Campaign believes the party has not followed rules set out by delegate selection plan, and Bernie got more SDEs. This is just riddled with corruption, and this is just the first out of 50 fucking states. So buckle up. This one, I'm not sure if I can make it bigger. Last time I tried, it screwed up, so we'll see what it does. Okay, well, you can see part of it. So I retweeted Samuel Finkelstein. It says, corruption in Nevada caucus. The Nevada Democratic Party just hired a paid Buttigieg organizer to be their voter protection director. Give me a fucking break here. So Emily Goldman, voter protection director at Nevada State Democratic Party, Pete for America. Conflict of interest much? I mean, come on. I'm going to make this short because I have a couple. Yeah, I knew there was another link. So this one says, Mayor Cheat runs a dirty campaign. His team also harassed status quo at an event yesterday. This is the kind of shit he's pulling before being elected president. Imagine the power dynamic if he were to be elected. We must stop him. And so I'm not going to read it to you, but this article goes on to talk about how I believe it was a Move On volunteer was handing out brochures across the way from where Buttigieg was having his campaign event. And they tried to have that person arrested because they just assumed that it was somebody from the Bernie camp, even though it wasn't. This isn't the first time, like I said up here. He also harassed, well, not him personally, but his the people working for his campaign also harassed status quo workers yesterday. They went up and told one of them, well, they told them both they weren't supposed to be at a Pete event and ripped the name tag credentials off of their cameraman. And then also there was another video circulating this morning where, let me think, Pasta from the Convo Couch was at a Pete event yesterday, and he was trying to get video, but he also was asking, he was wearing a Tulsi shirt, first of all, and he was asking, will you pardon Julian Assange? Which is a hot topic and a great question to ask any politician at this point. And their security was trying to escort them out, and it got a little heated. It didn't get out of hand, but it got a little heated. You can look all this stuff up on Twitter. It's easy access to it all. Buttigieg has terrible ties in South Bend, Indiana, where he lives. The black community absolutely despises him. There's been numerous allegations. I'll get into all of those later in probably another video. But this guy is a piece of crap. Oh, and lastly, Buttigieg is also military intelligence. He's CIA. He's put in here as a Obama 2.0. If you think he's going to do anything to change what is going on in Washington, you are sorely mistaken. And this is our democracy at work. This is direct footage from the Iowa caucus. Hang on, let me pause it. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this footage, but I would like you to watch, in particular, this guy's hands, okay? Watch how many times he flips the quarter that you're supposed to flip once. There, 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 there. Now it's Buttigieg. Oh! Now, this lady says, now flip it over, and then watch this lady. She almost says, do you want to redo it? She said, you want to do it? Like, you want to do it again? Oh no, we'll give it to Buttigieg. This is literally how they were deciding who the delegates went to. What a joke. So anyway, I wanted to get this video out before New Hampshire tonight. Hopefully, I mean, it's only 12:30-ish Pacific time. Hopefully it gets loaded to YouTube before all the voting starts. I've been having issues with YouTube lately, and I don't know how much of it is me, to be honest with you. But anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share all of these videos with your friends on social media. It's not because I want to be popular or anything. It's because it helps the algorithm. It makes more people be able to actually see this stuff and learn from it. So, yeah, with that being said, until next time, Medicare be with you.